Hi, I'm Karynhodgens, creator of Nifty Numbers Family Math Night, and in this video I'm going to share with you a fun number sense activity that I do with preschoolers and kindergartners that I call Number Sense with Ladybugs. Now students are going to be creating this, and they're going to create it for a frame that we have made earlier, and this frame is a pattern frame, and I actually have a video that where I show you how I do that with students, called Reinforcing Pattern through pattern frames, if you're interested in learning how to make that one. Okay, but now I'm going to talk to you about the inside part, this one here, Number Sense with Ladybugs. Okay, so there's a few things that you need to do in advance to get ready for this, and that is you need to create the canvas, if you will. And you're going to create them out of blue construction paper. And notice how this has a square drawn on it. That's because I have taken the frame and I have created that, and I usually do it in pencil, and I've done it in pen here so it's easier for you to see, but I create an outline of the frame in there because that's going to tell students to stay within that that inner square when they make their ladybug. So it's real important that that's on there. And then a little bit up from the bottom, I have a line that says blank dots, and you'll see in a minute what that's going to be for. Okay, so you need to create one of those for every student. I always like to have a few extras just in case. Okay, and then you're going to need a bunch of scrap paper. You're going to need to gather your ink pad, red ink pad, some felt pens. So each student will need a felt pen, and I actually do this in small groups with students. I usually do 4 or 5 students at a time. And then you'll need some green tissue paper. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to teach students to do is to make those really cute ladybugs. And this is where the scrap paper comes in, because they're actually going to practice it first before they actually put it onto their canvas. So I will show them on here, but they will be taking their fingerprint and putting it on the paper just like that. Now, so that you can see it, I'm going to do it up here, and I actually do it up here with the students as well. So I'm going to take my red pen, and this is going to represent my fingerprint that I just took. And then the next thing I teach students is to make an uppercase letter T. Okay, about 1/3 of the way down. It's got a little bit of fractions in there. So here is my uppercase T right there. And again, students are using the scrap paper to practice this on their fingerprint. And then I talk to them about adding the legs. Now, all insects have 6 legs, so we want their upside down V's. There's 1, 2, 3. You can do some math problems here. If there's 3 on one side and 3 on the other side, what's the equation? 3 plus 3 equals 6. Okay, so there we've got our 6 legs, and then they can put their little antenna on there and get real fancy or however they want to do it. Okay, so once they know how to make that, and I might make them have, I might have them make several of them. Now they're going to put their dots on. And depending on the group that you're working with, you might want to limit the number of dots that they're going to put on, because they're going to end up counting all of the dots all together, and that's what they're going to write down here on that line. So again, it's a great way to differentiate. If you have students that aren't that comfortable with numbers over 10 and you want to keep it really small, and you could say, you know, put 3 dots on each side, or if you have kids that can handle bigger numbers, you can differentiate according to that. So then they practice putting those dots on there, and then I might make another one and we count them all together. So once I'm comfortable that they know how to do this, and I have reinforced that they need to stay within this inner square, then they can put 3, they're going to make 3 ladybugs, and they can go ahead and make their 3 ladybugs up top like that, and then put their dots on, and then we can count them all together, and then they write the number down here. Now again, I've written the number in pen so that's easy for you to see, but I have kids do it first in pencil. And then of course they can use the tissue paper and they can tear pieces of that off and they can put it down the bottom, and it doesn't need to stay in the frame. It does need to stay on the canvas, but it can go below that line because you're not going to see it anyway when you put the frame over like this. And isn't that just too cute? So we've got our pattern work with the jewels, and then we've got our number sense and counting in there. And then if you've watched the video for the frame, you know that this is the time that you're going to put those magnetic strips on, because this will go on the refrigerator, and it makes a great gift for Mother's Day or Father's Day or the holidays. So it's a lot of fun. So enjoy.